where all of Europe comes, and a lot of New York and the States. So I think New York and Paris are definitely the biggest markets for market appointments, and when you actually place the buy and you get to see all of the clothes in person. So I think it's been going really well, and we're further solidifying relationships with designers, continuing to make those introductions, meet the designer, feel the pieces in person, so that then we can make sure that we are obsessed with it first before we talk to you about all these brands. New York Fashion Week is shows, presentations, after parties, and also market appointments. So that is definitely a huge start to Fashion Month. London is a bit smaller, and that is a great place to see the shows, and it's not a lot of market appointments because most everyone will be in Paris. And even some of the New York brands we've seen in Paris. And then Milan was phenomenal, filled with lots of presentations and shows and a couple market appointments, but not too many. And then Paris is the ultimate finale. Pretty much everyone is here. It is a great place to further solidify those relationships, meet in person, have a market appointment, figure out how you can work together with the brand.
Explain what we're doing further. Everybody has been so receptive and excited about what we're doing. So we are thrilled about that.
Interesting coming here before more as a tourist and seeing the sights, and then versus a working trip, because we get to see the sights driving in the car. Favorite sights, getting to see the Eiffel Tower everywhere, especially at night when it's all lit up. And what else? The Musée d'Orsay in the past, going to Versailles was a very special experience, but it's usually always very crowded, so that's upsetting.
And this trip, we're squeezing in museums on the last day. Literally 45 minutes here, 1 hour here. We've got our timed tickets, and we're going to run through a lot of the things that are interesting to me this trip are sites that we would never see. When we go to these market appointments, we're going to all these different little neighborhoods. We'll be in the Marais, we'll be near Saint-Germain-des-Prés. We're having a lunch meeting today at Café de Flore. Here we are at the Louvre. We're all over the place, but they're not always places that we would normally get to see. Typical Parisian woman is, if you compare her to a woman in the United States, she moves at a slower pace, she's more deliberate, she's a little more serious about things, she takes self-care, she's more private about that. When I was talking to a dermatologist in America, they were saying how the French women get some things done, but they're very private about it. They're not running around talking about it. They want it to look supernatural. We were trying to find a manicure place when we first got here because our nails looked horrendous, and it was a struggle. They do not do things like that, and they dress, they're minimalist, just like what I've talked to you all about so many times, this core wardrobe. It's based on the Parisian model. I see them left and right. They're in the skinny jean, the black pump with the kitten heel, sometimes a leather jacket, a little t-shirt, a scarf, sunglasses, red lipstick, and they're out the door. We went to an appointment, and the designer's name is Amelia Whitsett. I hope I pronounced that right. The brand is Bosu C. They are based in Paris. It's kind of bi-coastal, so it's kind of Los Angeles and Paris, so it's got that LA vibe, but it also has the Parisian sophistication. And we fell in love with her spring collection, but immediately I thought I could take this rack and it'd be an entire honeymoon wardrobe. It's light and airy, it has beautiful print, just enough color, but it's not loud. It's incredibly light and feminine, but simple. It's not overdone, and we just thought it was fabulous, a wonderful brand.
We wanted to tell you about a line called Maison Care. It was founded in 2014 by Camille Omerin. She enjoys flea markets, reupholstering furniture, vintage pieces, interior decorating. So that makes a lot of sense when you look at her pieces. And before launching her line, she worked at Balmain, Lanvin, Chanel, and Chloe. So what a phenomenal resume she already has. So another line is Amelia Whitsett, which is a line that we know about since Kate Middleton has worn the pieces. And she's actually New Zealand born, which I didn't know, and she's London based. The pieces are extremely feminine, and we were so excited to get to, when we were walking into the market appointment, of what we were going to see.
She's known for the beautiful, what I call fairy tale dressing, but also she has some very dramatic dresses in bolder colors that are not a print, that are solids with a big bow on the back, a long evening, like a red carpet look, or she had a really pretty biscuit colored, sort of a silk suit. It still had a lot of movement. It wasn't real structured, so that was lovely. And she's introducing shoes. Every single piece we saw was magnificent.
We are in an Uber in Paris.
Right by the Louvre. It's right to our left. We just had avec a young designer that Delia has been contacting, going back and forth talking with via Instagram for about a year, and we finally got to meet her, and her designs are exquisite. She really is lovely too. She lives in Amsterdam, and her studio or atelier is on a boat, which is so cool. We want to go there one day and see her designs, and she has sent some clothes with us to try, so we will be showing you all those soon. Now we're headed to our next appointment.
Yes, we have a busy day ahead. We cannot believe that Fashion Month is coming to a close.
Stop saying that.
Okay, so let's talk about last night, something hilarious. We're sitting at dinner, and I realize when I'm trying to figure out how we're going to get home that we took, it was only a 3-minute walk from where we're staying, and we took an Uber to dinner. And so we were cracking up. This one does not like to walk. She was being sweet about the fact that I was wearing heels. She was a little confused and thought that it was a 6-minute drive instead of a 3-minute walk.
I didn't think anything. I just knew we needed to get there because we had been filming and we had like 5 minutes to get to our reservation, which was at this very cool place called Beau Marly, which is in the corridors of the Louvre. Unbelievable, and actually very delicious. Highly recommend the restaurant.
Dinner with a view, and when we got into the Uber, the man kept saying the road, the street name,
Rue de Rivoli,
in a very confused way, and we kept saying, yes, that's what it is. And the reason he was so confused is like it's literally diagonal from where we are. So not sure why you're in a car, but bonjour! We are at Place Vendome. Do you see?
It's so beautiful. It's a gorgeous day. It's Sunday, so a lot of things aren't open on Sundays in the city. You have to go to Le Marais, which is where we're headed next.
To Cafe Charlot for coffees.
Right. And we just finished an appointment with Wit, a brand that is very exciting. The husband and wife work together. The husband is an artist, so he designs the prints and she designs the clothes. What's next?
Lots of appointments today. Au revoir. just arrived, so we are going to taste them
for everyone to see.
Delicious. We need a lot of caffeine. This is like at least the second coffee of the day. You've had lots more.
Not lots.
There's a brand called Amelia Whitsett, and we met with Amelia. She is from Ecuador and has a fantastic accent. She lives in Miami, and she has started a handbag line. So the pieces are actually made of python, but we were so glad to hear that no snakes are harmed when the bags are being created. They are made in Italy, and basically the snakes are fed this vitamin, and so it helps them to shed. And we watched a whole video after the shedding has been completed. The snake is very much alive, and she did a partnership with Margarita Missoni. So those bags are phenomenal, and for spring 19 she is going to have weekenders and have canvas, so she really has a great price range. We had a market appointment with an Austrian brand, Lena Hoschek, and she founded the line in 2005 when she was only 24 years old. She is one of the biggest designers in Austria, and she went to Central St. Martin's and interned at Vivienne Westwood. So what did you think about the collection?
I loved it. I loved the prints. The patterns were really pretty.
They had feminine silhouettes, and we left with a goodie bag full of delicious Austrian specialties. So that was a really special touch.